What if you've been close to manifesting the amount of money that you want to make in your business? No matter what it is, what if you've been close? You can't have what you need. How demotivating is it when nothing's changing?
You want to experience a state that you're currently not experiencing. You don't want to be stressed. You don't want to be worried. You don't want to be anxious. You want to be peaceful. You want to feel fulfilled.
When you look for signs within an illusion and you see nothing, you say 3 dangerous words. These words do more damage to people's potentiality of manifesting than anything I've ever seen. If you've ever asked yourself the question, is my desired reality actually manifesting? Is this manifestation stuff actually working? If you've ever looked for signs to see if your desired reality is unfolding into reality, then this video is quite literally for you, because whether you realize this or not, if you're unaware of the signs of your desired reality manifesting, if you're unaware of that, then you'll quite literally vibrationally self-sabotage the potentiality of that materializing into existence. And people do this all the time, because naturally, when we want to bring something into reality, whether it's more money in our business, career advancement, a certain job, a relationship, we always naturally, being consumed by this third dimensional realm and our ego spending majority of the time here, we always look for signs in this third dimensional realm if this stuff is actually working. And I'd like to let you in on a little secret. The more you continue to look for signs in an illusion, the more you will descend into delusion. It's very important that you actually identify the real signs of when you're shifting, when your frequency is beginning to shift, when your self-concept is beginning to shift, when your state of consciousness is beginning to shift, when your mental attitude is beginning to shift. You have to be aware of these signs because they are very subtle. And like I said, if you're unaware of when you're changing, because the shifts are very subtle, if you're unaware of it, then you will quite literally disintegrate your progress. When you watch this video and you take notes, make sure you leave them in the comments as usual. When you hear the things that I say, because they're very subtle, but I can't emphasize the importance of your ability to recognize the signs of when you're shifting. Because if you do not recognize the signs of when you're shifting, you will keep yourself stuck in the same position. Your ability to recognize the signs of your state of consciousness or your frequency shifting will let you know if this work is actually going anywhere. But because people use the wrong metric to judge their progress, they are tricked into the illusion that they're making no progress. Don't let that go over your head. Because people are unaware of the signs of true progress, they'll be unaware of the progress that they're making, and they'll begin to destroy the progress that they're making. What if you've been close to manifesting the amount of money that you want to make in your business? What if you've been close to manifesting the relationship that you want, the career that you want, the career promotion that you want? No matter what it is, what if you've been close, but due to ignorance of the true signs, you destroyed it? And like I said, this is most people's problem. Everybody understands the offensive side of manifestation. You understand, embody the state of consciousness before the world proves it to you, persist, maintain frequency. You need to be it before the world proves it to you. You can only have what you already have, what I call the unknowing law of the universe. You can only have what you already have, and having pertains to not physical possession, because the universe doesn't adhere, or it doesn't have much respect for this third dimensional realm, because this third dimensional realm is an illusion, and every spiritual culture, every spiritual tradition always respects it. Islamically, it's called the dunya, the world that is false. In Hinduism, it's the world of Maya. In Kabbalistic traditions, Kabbalah is the world of 1%. Scientists will tell you that we exist in a fraction of reality predicated upon visible light, allowing us to see within this third dimensional realm. But that's only a tiny portion of the entirety of the true electromagnetic spectrum. So believe me when I tell you, the individuals that are unaware of the signs will keep themselves stuck, because most of you progress. Like I said, you understand the offensive side, but this is like the cherry on the top. This is the cherry on the top. And I don't think there's a single person who's ever began doing this manifestation stuff that has asked themselves, is this actually working? Because I'll be real with you, sometimes I ask myself the same thing. Then I have to remind myself of these signs that we're about to go into. This is going to be something that you have to memorize, because our old frequency likes to capitalize upon spiritual amnesia. It likes for you to forget the things that you actually go through. You can make these notes and you can watch these videos, but then in a week's time, you can forget. The more time you just go through life, naturally, you forget. So let's get into the first point. Now, stop looking for signs within an illusion. Now, understand this. We all understand the base premise that this physical plane to some degree reflects an aspect of our being, whether it's our subconscious mind, whether it's our frequency, our state of consciousness, our self-concept, which are all interchangeable terms. This third dimensional realm reflects that. Or a more accurate way of saying it is that we become in resonance with certain conditions, circumstances, and events and people predicated upon the frequency that we're operating at. Think about your frequency like a unique signature. Think about it like when you order something online. You order something online from a website, it has a unique product code to identify that specific product. That specific product can be likened to your desired reality. Your desired reality has a specific unique product code. And in order for you to be in resonance with it, increasing the likelihood of it materializing, you need to begin to embody the mental and emotional equivalent of that particular desired reality. But you have to stop looking for signs within an illusion. And here's the irony of it all. Have you ever caught yourself trying to look for signs that your desired reality is unfolding? You refresh those emails, you refresh those texts, you keep hitting up that person hasn't hit you up, and you're like, ugh. Naturally, you have to understand one thing. Because we primarily exist as physical beings, our ego, our physical vessel, has a way of convincing us that nothing else exists. And because it has a way of convincing us that nothing else exists, we begin to become so consumed within this third dimensional realm that it's all we know. And because it's all we know, your mind never actually separates that once you begin to do this manifestation work. Because even within this manifestation work, you will catch yourself looking for signs within the illusion. And this is dangerous for a multitude of reasons. Because here's the thing, if you're looking for signs within the illusion, then you're doing something that's very subtle but very dangerous. You're giving power to the illusion, which is the opposite of what manifestation is. Now,
if the rules that you have set for your life and the things that you accept as true don't pertain or lead up to the one path of your desired reality, then you are playing the game backwards. I don't even know what type of game you're playing. In fact, you're playing the game that you have set. You play the game that you have set. Ain't that crazy? And the world will try to convince you to accept these rules. They'll tell you, they don't want to see you win because you're black. They'll tell you, they're not going to take you serious. You're a woman. They'll tell you you're too young for this. The moment you accept those rules, the game that you are playing are then structured in accordance to those rules. Not because that's how the game is set, but because that's how you have set the game. You make the rules for your reality. There are no truths, there are merely ideas. And once you alter the idea, you alter the reality. Nothing is true except what the subconscious mind has accepted as true. You need to make sure they all lead to one path, that is your desired reality. I don't care what you believe, so long as it leads to your desired reality, so long that it makes sure that the bricks that you're building your mind with all reflect the structure of the reality that you want to live in physically. That's all that matters to me. I'm not here for all the extra to try to tell you to be a vegan, to wear crystals, and to do astrology and all that other extra that other niggas are doing. What I'm trying to do is give you practical, metaphysical information that you can use to build your reality in the way that you want. Now you're probably thinking, what the hell? How does that even make sense? You can't have what you need. I want you to think about something. And this is something that always frustrated me when I was growing up. Why is it the people who need the most money have the least? And why is it the people that need the least money have the most? Why? It angered me. For such a long period of time, I could never understand it. Especially growing up in a situation where we needed more money, and it's just like it escaped us. Then I understood what it all was. Of course, years later, having studied this stuff for 8 years, reading nearly 400 books on the topic. But the reason you can't have what you need comes down to this. What needing really and truly is importance. What importance creates is this word, space. When you need something, really and truly, that's a level of importance which creates space. So, for the most part, when you really, really, really need something, when you have a big amount of importance for something, the bigger the space. The smaller the importance, the smaller the space. And the space is all about in between you and your desired realities. If you have a big space in between you, it all comes down to the importance. Now, the moment that you're able to collapse the importance, the gap in between you and your desired reality merge into one. This is why the dudes that get the most girls don't deep it. They don't place importance upon it. This is why the people that make the most money don't put importance on it. This is why the moment that you really, really wanted something really, really bad, whether it's a girl, whether it's a guy, whether it's a certain amount of money, it almost seemed like it was running away from you. And it's because you were creating space through your importance, because importance is another way of essentially saying excess energy. You're giving something more meaning without, well, you're a lighthouse looking for light. That's essentially what we all are. And the moment you're able to collapse the importance, you collapse the space in between you and your desired reality, and they merge into one. Anything that you really, really want, you're not going to get it, my friend. You're not going to get it. And until you can collapse the importance in between you and what you want, nothing's going to change. And the way that you collapse the importance is by understanding that your desire is nothing more than a middleman to a particular type of frequency that you inherently want to experience as an electromagnetic being that you're currently not experiencing. A simplification of what I just said is, you want to experience a state that you're currently not experiencing. You don't want to be stressed. You don't want to be worried. You don't want to be anxious. You want to be peaceful. You want to feel fulfilled. You want to be joyous. You want to feel content. You want to feel happy. But here's the thing. Your desire is a middleman. You can cut out the middleman, scratch it out, jump straight to your emotions, step into that frequency. And when you feel so good that you don't even need that desire anymore, that's when it comes to you much more easy. That's how it works.
Manifestation is internally shifting to a degree to which you're no longer emotionally dependent upon seeing reality change. When you're good with it and you're good without it, that is manifestation. But it's going to be very hard for you to manifest when your manifestation, as most people's, is focused on the external. And because it's focused on the external, the third dimensional realm, the world around you, which you call reality, you're focusing on an illusion. And the thing about an illusion is that it's never as it seems, and it is forever changing. And the issue here is when you grant power to something that is forever changing, your internal state is also forever changing. And if your internal state is forever changing and it's as within, as without on earth, as it is in heaven, then naturally, your external is always going to be changing predicated upon that. But it gets even more dangerous. It gets even more dangerous for one reason in particular. See, how demotivating is it when nothing's changing? I'll be real. I know some of you have been doing this for weeks, even months, and I've been there. And it's extremely demotivating. It's extremely demoralizing. It's deflating, quite literally, when nothing is beginning to change. And the issue that unfolds there is that your conviction and your confidence begins to become diminished. Your conviction and your confidence begins to become diminished. Because naturally, you go out into the world, think about it like this. If you ever catch yourself thinking, is it working? When's it gonna happen? Is it working? Is things beginning to change it? If you find yourself asking those third dimensional focused questions, then there's an aspect of your being that is looking for some type of security. You're looking for security within this third dimensional realm. You're looking for security within an illusion. Does that make sense to you? You're probably shaking your head saying, no, Nero, it doesn't make sense. And it absolutely makes no sense. To look for security within an illusion is to become insecure. And that particular degree of internal instability or insecurity has one thing: to reflect that insecurity and instability out onto the external, which is naturally going to lead to conditions, circumstances, and events that you probably wouldn't like to actually experience. And it's important that you recognize that the more that you continue to look for signs within the illusion, the more you're actually setting up the inevitable effect for you to diminish your conviction. And conviction is the most important word when it comes to manifestation. Believe me when I tell you, there's out here that will never pick up a fucking manifestation book in their life or even watch this type of video. But because they naturally innately carry a particular degree of confidence and conviction, they have the ability to materialize what it is that they want unconsciously without even realizing it. But nonetheless, the diminishing of your conviction naturally leads to a reduction in your manifestation. And that's dangerous, because once the internal can be reduced, then naturally, if the internal reflects the external, the same thing has to happen. It naturally begins to become reduced. And like I said, when we catch ourselves refreshing things or double checking things or following up with people or reaching out to people or continuously checking our weight or whatever it is that you're trying to materialize, when you catch yourself continuously looking for signs, you have to stop for a moment and realize one thing, because awareness is the first step of transformation. And the moment you become aware of this, the moment that I say this, you're never going to be able to unhear this. When you catch yourself looking for signs within the illusion, that is an unconscious confession of your being wanting to be made still and made secure and The true remedy to that is to realize that that's a check engine light. That's a check engine light. Your car is broken, man. There's something wrong with your car. And in that instance, that is an opportunity for you to immerse yourself within and to give yourself what you're looking for in the world. Because if you're looking for a feeling in the world, then that's a confession that you're disconnected from that feeling. And if that feeling is a frequency, and that frequency places you in resonance with what it is that you want, if you're missing that feeling, then you're missing that frequency, you're missing that reality. So you have to be able to catch yourself, to stop looking for signs within the illusion. Because here's the most dangerous thing. When you look for signs within an illusion and you see nothing, you say 3 dangerous words. These words do more damage to people's potentiality in manifesting than anything I've ever seen. 3 dangerous words. It's not working. And when I tell you that that is so dangerous, that's an unbelievably dangerous idea that the mind begins to become plagued with when it's looking for signs externally. Because when you say to yourself, it's not working, whatever the thinker thinks, the prover proves. And if you tell yourself that it's not working, you're both the thinker and you're both the prover. If you think it's not working, then naturally you're going to prove it's not working. Your mind is naturally the reality tunnel that you exist within, this world. Your mind is going to do nothing more than reflect every single reason why this is not working. Every reason, everything that you see outside of you will be arranged by the interpretation of your mind to be a reflection of something that isn't working. And because it will reflect something that isn't working, you then solidify that. You say it's not working, you see it's not working, you solidify that further into your identity, and then naturally you convince your subconscious mind that it's not working.